Learned a lot today.
Awesome.
We're gonna record it because I want to record it because I need to watch it.
Yeah,
They can't get listing leads if they don't watch this.
they're all recorded and up on YouTube.
Okay, all right, good. Hi, good morning. I'm fucking fired up today because 23 is gonna be the best year ever. Because now I have identified how to make all of you massively successful. Okay, so today we're going to review. Adam's gonna be a part of it. We're gonna review photos for a listing and the importance of it. So we're gonna review the house that was listed that I asked everybody to go to. And if you haven't, I really wish you would, because this is why we played this game, because it's harder than it looks to price houses. Okay, do you have the list of everybody that, where's the number? Can you show it on the board?
I can, yeah. Actually, there's no, oh, okay.
That's okay.
Because we're gonna record it.
Yeah, good, yeah, do. There you go.
And do you remember your MOS password?
Oh, boy.
Did you get it? Because mine is, I have to buy a new subscription. I just haven't done it this morning yet.
Yeah.
So if you have yours, otherwise I can pay for it real fast and do it.
No. It's a lot of different things. I recently changed it and I tried to put in the passcode and let's just reset mine. We're good. You just good to log in to see.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up the numbers first.
Maybe on. You get it? Let's go in the password sheet. Get out of here. Is there any questions you have while we're looking this up, Cody?
No.
Are you sure? Come on, no questions?
I mean, I'm sure.
You're gonna sell 12 houses next month?
I should go.
Well, then wouldn't that be a question, Jeff? How do I sell 12
Yeah, how do
houses
I
last
do
month?
that?
Okay, I'm just trying to help you out here.
Here we go. There's the numbers.
Okay. Awesome. Brandon Vaccaro, congratulations, right? Okay, cool. So the answer, well, I tried to list it at 760. So the thing is I act differently than most sellers, right? So we were on the market Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I was looking at it Tuesday, and we had 6 total people go through the house. Did we do coming soon?
Not a long one.
How long?
A couple days.
Right, which was an error because we've owned the house. We should have done coming soon for 30 days, but we don't expect you to be perfect. No, well, we couldn't tell the price, but fair. We should have moved it forward and it's all can get better. Like we got to learn to drive things that are better, and you will. It's all good. How was snowboarding yesterday?
It was awesome.
Yeah. Did you kill it?
Yeah.
He's really good. Yeah. But anyway, I list the house at 760. I get 3 of those people came to the open house, which to me was extremely disappointing. That the fact that this, like, I don't know why in your heads that the bell doesn't go off when you have low traffic. Unfortunately, we don't think we have to tell the seller, and our listing manager also didn't think that. Picking on you a lot today. So I love you and it's not personal. I'm just trying to talk to you about activities, meaning, because I talked to you in the beginning about making it urgent. Like when it's urgent, like the feedback has to get to the seller immediately, meaning, I don't know if we're actively doing this, but what you need to add to your daily activities when you're doing listings is that when you get a showing, you have to tell the seller. I know that you don't do it because you didn't text me every time somebody was coming to look at the house.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
For a normal list.
No, okay, I'm a normal listing. It didn't happen. I know it's hard when it's me. It's everybody like Betty, I love you. It's not.
Are you saying not even like the showing request that comes through showing time that alerts them? You're saying text?
That same note still, the fact that showing alerts, like you think that people, like you're trying to document your activity to the client. When the client doesn't know, like I didn't, it was a vacant house. I wasn't paying attention. I expect my agent, not you. I expect Jeff Seebach, because I listed it, to call me or text me and let me know about activity, because what you don't realize is that the unintended consequences is that you say it doesn't matter how much activity. When you don't call me and tell me, I know that you don't think it's fucking important. I'm sad that nobody cares to watch the video, because this is the game. We're in a down market. It's going to be hard to sell houses. We have to up our game to take things more seriously. Okay. So we listed at 760. So now I have to make the decision of how much am I going to lower it? I'm not waiting 10 days. What did I do? What did I do first before I made the price decision? Where did I look next? We'll go with you, Cody.
Zillow?
Ding, ding, ding. Fuck yeah. So you're winning. Right. How many views do you think we had?
896.
Great guess, 1,000. But I looked for 1,000 views as a number where I'm like, that's enough people. Would you agree? Would you agree 1,000's a lot?
Yes.
Yes, right. But this is the math that because to me, if I was a great agent, I would have been, hey, we had 200 people look on Zillow the first day, text, next text. Hey, we had 200 people look at the second day.
Look at the cards. Like,
Oh, you're good. Next one, 200. Hey, we got 200 more people that looked at it today. Oh, we got 4 saves. We got 6 saves. We got 3 saves. We got 6 saves. You're keeping it, like, to me. Oh God. You have to act and be the person that a great listing agent is. Like when you have one listing, you're not raising the importance level enough on listings, because when you let it on auto and it emails them and they don't read that and I don't read it, and like it's not important. So when you go for the price reduction over here, and then you go, did you see all the activity that came in? And you're like, huh? Right, because we didn't tell them, right? This is Zillow traffic. So there's, what it is you don't need to do it for every listing. If you know they're overpriced, you have to do it. This would exhaust the fuck out of Adam if he had to do that on every listing, because it's hard to say, hey, you had 200 views. That's the goal of the listing. Meaning the listing manager is off the hook because it's the responsibility of the listing agent always. Not anyone that works underneath you. If anything gets done, it's me, it's not him. I'm upset because I didn't train him enough to make sure he does it. That's my fault. That's not Adam's fault. We're gonna share it. What?
I do that.
You didn't do it with me, though. You're saying, but you understand, is
think we were.
I know, I
Gotcha.
we didn't know where to fucking price it, because there's no comp that's close to that house that's even, like, you have to know, we're guessing at that, like, if you have 3 comps that it's the model match, then you don't have to work, like, it's not like, but you have to know whether it's every listing. Pay attention to the details. Right? Pay attention. Okay, meaning, because you probably weren't an agent in a recession before. How long have you been in?
Oh yeah, I started in 2015.
Yeah, you only know fucking good markets. This is a tough market. Like what it is during tough markets, we have to elevate our game. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is, so I went out to Zillow, there was 100 people, 1,000 people that saw it, and there was 40 saves. What do you think of that?
Pretty good.
What do I know now? Cody,
You probably reached all the buyers that it fits for.
can I give you a kiss on the mouth? You're like fucking killing it today. Everybody that's gonna buy that house saw it and what?
Didn't, ask
Right, that's what I want my listing agent to call me and tell me. Fuck. I got good news and bad news. The good news is, good morning, Jeff Dial. I got every buyer to see it. 40 saves. In 5 days, a little bit of coming soon. It's price for sure. What is the other thing that I think it possibly could be? Come on, Cody, you're on a fucking roll. I've never had anyone get this many right in a row. There's 2 in a row. Can you get the trifecta? You're on a roll.
No, you go.
Adam?
Condition or functional obsolescence.
No.
That's what.
Okay, right. Now, that would be a great guess. So good job.
Okay.
Because it's there, but there's something more important is the conveyance of that. And are you giving it away? So technically, it's at the core of what you're saying, but it's the photos. Okay, what people don't understand is they don't I mean, God, this should be a fucking class. This is gonna have to be a class because there's just not enough people here catching this. This is the game. I know that every buyer, 1,000 people look at it and I have 40 saves. I know that my possible buyer has seen it and has passed. Maybe because of high interest rates, whatever it is, at the end of the day, because of cost in some level, okay? But the thing I have to check first before I change price, because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, should I go to 720 from 760? Right? Because I'm thinking 5%. Day fucking 5, I'm thinking of 5% cuts. Because I know that's what it takes. Right? Like I want to sell that house now. And we were way I was not aggressive enough. I was hoping, and then I went to the photos and then I was mad at myself because the photos were what I considered, we were giving away the functional obsolescence of the house and you didn't realize it. We're going to fix it, but I fixed it already on the internet.
So if there is a problem with the functional obsolescence, you shouldn't show it because you just want to get them in the house so they can fall in love with it.
You're right there, but the thing you said first confused me, so it made it difficult.
Your
I do
viewpoint
it
is
all
to
the
show
time,
less
Jeff,
photos, right?
I say the negative up front and then I hide what I want to say behind me. I do it more than you, so I'm sorry for picking on you, but you said it at the end.
So we want to get them in the house so they can fall in love with it is the more important thing, right?
Exactly, right? The
Okay.
thing is what we don't understand is we could be the screen that prevents the people from coming because clearly 1,000 people found it online in 5 days. There's clearly demand in that area, right? Because I at least was in the range. Right? Because if the number's low, you're not in the range. If the number's 400, you're way overpriced or you're in a remote area. Like there's different things, but more than likely you're just overpriced. But if you're in a remote area, it's probably lower anyway. So it's the same answer. So yes. So the functional obsolescence, though, the things that are, who's been to the house? Have you been to the house, Jeff? That we're talking about? What's the functional obsolescence of the house?
The layout.
Layout.
What
It's amazing that I love you. Oh God, I love you so much. You're so good.
email do you use for your MLS? Jeff at Seabuck?
No, it goes in, that's what I'm saying.
The info? Okay, I'll find. Okay, that's all I needed to know. I got it.
I love people that go, cheers, no, you changed all the, I don't know which one it goes to me. Like, I didn't see it come.
I just reset the password.
Okay. Right, first, layout. So for those that have not been to the house has a non-open floor plan. We chose to not take down the wall. So what is the second piece of non-functional? There's a bigger one than layout. What's the first one? You were to the house. What's the functional obsolescence? What's the biggest?
I was gonna say layout, but yeah.
What was the second
Two
thing?
bathroom.
No, oh, yes, but no,
The closet.
no, guys, come on.
2 bathrooms.
Pool. No pool is functional obsolescence because what? It's a 4-bedroom house or 3-bedroom house and it's a huge fucking lot. The challenge of the house is that it's, the thing is so we need somebody with a rambunctious boy. Right? That's 2 because the pool would be dangerous and then that's who my target or someone that can afford to put in a pool. So what it is pool is first. So what people don't realize is that no pool homes sell slower. It's a fact. It's not even like debatable. Because here's the thing, the way to understand it. If price wasn't an issue, what percentage of people would have a pool in your yard? If price didn't matter, meaning the maintenance of the pool,
Only a
the-
4th, maybe.
what?
Everybody would have a pool.
Right, it's like 90% of the people, if they didn't have to take care of it, if they didn't have to
Okay,
pay for it,
okay.
would they like to have a spa that they could jump into once a year? I'm gonna go with 95% of people.
Yeah.
Right, the older people probably not, but as far as meaning, if you have kids, you need it, there's people that are afraid of it, so maybe it's 10% or whatever. What's going on?
It's like. It's acting like yours expired too.
Let me log in the Flex, hold on. Did I change my password when I'm in it in the app?
I changed, I know what it is now. Something easy, you can change.
Where do you pulling up? Oh, the house. Jesus. Just go to Flex MLS. Yeah, there you go. Log in. JS 589.
Hey, you're
What is it now?
right. I just made it spring 2023 with capital S.
Spring 2023. Did you change it on the sheet?
No, I will.
Okay.
I didn't know if you wanted to change it from that.
But the point was, Jeff, that we were giving away the functional obsolescence, pointing it out in the photos. And that's something that you really wouldn't do unless it's great. Now, I have to show the yard because that's a feature and there's no pool there, but I'm just making us aware. It's kind of like if you're trying to get a date and you have no leg or no arm, you're gonna show it, but like to me, you don't want it to look bad when you do because anyway, you get the idea is that you have to know that you already, that your number one obsolescence, this house is full of functional obsolescence. Okay, so I heard someone else, the next thing's bath. Cause there's 2 baths and there's 4 bedrooms, okay? The thing is when they bought the house, it had a carport. I converted it to a 2-car garage, but what I have on the positive is it's in a cul-de-sac, a massive yard, and that usually trumps all functional obsolescence. It allows it to, because the other functional obsolescence is that it's black appliances. Okay, for those that are, playing bingo at home, when I asked for the functional obsolescence, I was looking for pool layout, bath, or black appliances, right? Because those are the main reasons the house isn't selling. So can we see the picture? Go to Zillow and pull it up. Because I want to show the old photos. I want to show, the thing is in pictures, we never want to give it away unless we have to. Meaning, if there's a power line view, but it's the best shot of the yard, you want to make it look right.
I
Okay,
don't think that's gonna show it. If you deleted them, it'll be gone.
okay. It's you can go to realtor.com because realtors are slower.
I can just pull it up. I know what photo you're talking about.
All right, let's just pull up the photos. So when I went out there, Adam followed the normal strategy, but he showed a picture, not intentionally, 2 pictures. One, that the family room was small. So know that was us adding an additional functional obsolescence. And when we're leading with it with photos, because you're telling them that you have the goal in becoming a great agent is you have to understand what people want, because every time this goes down, you've ruled out everybody that wants a pool. You ruled out everybody that has to have the open floor plan. You ruled out everyone that has to have 2.5 baths and black appliances. And all that does is reduce the price. Because the way you have to think of it is if there's a cost for the people to correct it, meaning is it corrected? Can you fix the black appliances? Yes, $10,000, okay? Can you fix the bath? You could build on another bathroom and that would have been better, but we didn't do that. But know that if they have two kids, that a girl and a boy,
Who's that?
that they struggle, right? So for instance, this photo was one of the photos,
You want to show these?
right? You are preventing the 40 people from coming to the house because you just showed them, oh, it's got one of those. But now the thing is it used to have a step down. This room used to be when we were when we bought the house, we filled it in because the windows were high enough, but the windows a little lower because there's a step down. We filled in underneath that carpet and we put in new carpet because we rented it for 2 years. Now, yes, I should have tore down the walls and everything, but it's just construction's hugely expensive right now. And because I had the cul-de-sac lot, that's gonna carry me. And because it's a pie-shaped cul-de-sac lot, that's gonna usually, my analogy for this is, you know, I used to date girls and I preferred girls that were more athletic and that they didn't smoke. Okay, because I smoked a lot when I was younger and I knew if she smoked, then I would smoke and I just stayed away from it. But I dated this really hot girl that smoked, right? Like the reality is when the house is better, right? When you have something that's great, you can have some functional obsolescence and overcome it because you know, meaning that when a girl's smoking hot, like, so the internet now has on TikTok, her name is Alex Earl or whatever it is. She's got 10 million followers. I don't like her, but I'm just saying she could smoke. She could curse at people and she's gonna get dates. Like, we just know that. Like, it's same thing. Like, somebody's gonna buy this lot. It's just really about price. So the second photo was this. You all said number one problem was layout. And I just said, don't come see my house because my layout's bad. By putting that photo up there. Okay, now some sellers are gonna say, well, I don't want them to come. What it is this is the analogy I gave you of the story I used to tell with Lynn is she wanted a guy that was 6'2". I'm 5'10", but when I met her at a party, she fell in love with me and she didn't care that she wanted that. The goal is to drive people to get them to see the house. Now, we only had 5 or 6 showings, 3 people through the open house and 3 other showings. Something that I'm doing, I just want to make sure that I'm not impeding the traffic, because I thought with 40 saves, our traffic should have been 20 people through the house to 50. Okay, meaning that through 20 years of listing houses, this is, but the thing is this is becoming an expert because you're supposed to understand the conversion between Zillow traffic, saves, when it happens, but also when you start tracking it better. Jeff, you might have missed it, but I said that for every seller, every day, if you want to be great at being a listing agent, is you'll call them and tell them how many people saw it on Zillow, how many people saved it. If you want to get a price reduction, you're going to do this every day. It's an added thing. You text them, and we had 0 people come today, or we had 1. And we had 3 at the open house. Hey, we had 4 people at the open house. Okay, we're up to 6, right? Like, because, wow. First of all, congratulations. Obviously, everybody loves your house, Mr. Seller. Why? Why, Jeff Dial? Why would I say that first? Because I like to sugarcoat bad news.
Yeah, you want to make positive, make them feel good.
Right, you want to make them feel good. Holy fuck. Right? Like, the reality is there's probably, I know this is going to sound strange, Mr. Seller, but there's probably about 40 to 50 people that are gonna buy your house, and there's a good chance we've already shown it to them all. And I'm gonna readjust the photos, because I know that could happen, but it's probably price, because you're trying to get a price reduction by 10. I know I need to price, if we don't get offers in 5 days, it's priced at some level, okay?
Can I say what I would say to my seller in this situation?
Sure.
Because I've had sellers shoot back and say,
And,
yes, your
and
photos.
I know, but the thing is if it was photos, we wouldn't get to 1,000 views.
That's what I'm saying. So, and also, we've had 45 saves. If the photos were showing a bad house and it showed the functional obsolescence, 45
High five.
people. would
Great
get
job.
saved.
Absolutely. You have to focus on and sell them, and thank you for pointing it out, because I didn't. You have to sell them. The photos are good because they saved it.
They wouldn't save it if it was bad.
They wouldn't save it, it was bad. When there's saves and no traffic, it tells us it's functional obsolescence, which impacts price. Right? You see how we're drawing the line, but that's because we recorded the information to them, because we raised it to a higher level. The problem is if you haven't communicated to them for 10 days, and then you call them for a price reduction, fuck are you calling me for? You're calling me to a price reduction. What are you doing? When you call them every day, you're like, I'm on top of this. Now you earned the right for the price reduction.
And you want to call them with a positive call. We've had 1,100.
So now you're like, so now you're positive, negative. Let's call it jab, right hook. Right? Like you established that, the dude on with this many says, typically we're gonna get an offer if we're price right. You throw that little, like that's when if we're price right, we're gonna get an offer, because holy shit, first day, 200 views, 4 saves. Whoa, all right, right, like hold on.
Not for sure.
Monday, you're like, oh man, I'm worried, because we should have had 20 to 50 people through the house right away. Facts, right? Like we have to raise our expectation of, like, when houses are great, you want this kind that gets it, like you have to tell them that if we're priced right in the beginning, we're priced right, I'm looking for 10 to, you'll say, maybe say 10 to 20 people to come through it. What is why this is being untethered, right? When I know that it's hard to understand the idea that people want to work untethered. The problem is they're just not contacting their agent because they think the house is priced above what they want to spend. In the evaluation of it, I want to go through something as well, so I don't want it to dominate the thing. But I'm thinking, all right, do I want to go 720 or whatever? You know, meaning I'm thinking I have to reduce my price by 10%. That's what I'm thinking. Going from 760 to 700. The problem is that because after this, nothing changes. Eventually, maybe you get lucky in what I call perfect buyer, because this is what the way it's perfect buyer is. There is a buyer out there that wants a cul-de-sac lot, no pool, doesn't care about the layout, 2 baths. But the problem is that perfect buyer may only want to spend 680 for it. If I want it sold, I got to go to 680. In the spring, it might be 720, and in the end of the year, it might be 780. But right now, during this time frame, I'm not saying that your house isn't worth it, but I'm just saying at this moment, if you want to sell it, we're not getting that price. Like we everybody's seen it already. Okay,
So we dropped to 740.
well, because I was unhappy with the photos, because there was another photo. Did you show the second photo?
Those were the 2 that I didn't know there was any other ones.
There was that photo, and there was this photo and the carpet, right? Like, right, so now let's see where I went to. So the question for you is simply, when you look at the photos, am I giving away the functional obsolescence? Because know that there's an impediment of some kind between, and it could be the house, right? But to me, the biggest mistake that I made when I listed the house is I made the decision to improve the size of the master bath and the master closet, yet I didn't have a picture of the master closet on Zillow. Because my benefits were cul-de-sac, pie-shaped lot, largest master under $1 million. We have to, in this market, sell the features. You have to point out the features. Okay, so now we go to, where's picture number 1? Okay, kitchen first. Not perfect, but not bad, right? For the price, right? New, but see, the thing was, is the reason I didn't take out the appliances is because those are new. Those are only 4 years old. I'm not gonna replace, and I mean, stainless steel thing's been a thing, but it's a brand new refrigerator and a brand new, like, those are fine. That's not the reason, in my opinion, it's not selling. The problem is that the reason I go back to that first picture. Go to the second one. Go to the third one. See how I'm purposely not showing, if you point the cursor to where my hand is, right? I'm not showing that this room isn't bigger. But that, like, the fact that if you put the TV here, the thing is they're gonna put the TV in that wall, you're not gonna see the people, but that's part of the problem. But the reality is that I didn't fully give away the functional obsolescence in that photo. I chose it because I didn't want, it's got a quirky family room and an oversized living room, and that's not great. But again, I'm focusing on this, and this because I know that it's kitchen, master, bath. Right? Because the kitchen's got new cabinets and quartz, but that's the second, is that the master? No.
Is master.
Okay, now. What it should be is, because we gotta change the order, me and Phil did, I didn't look at it, but okay, yeah, so this is the master bath, show it again.
This is what you mean, the other picture?
Right, but what you don't realize here is the fucking photographers, who's the photographer?
Elena.
Yeah, she sucks. This is what the agent needs to tell the photographer, is she needed to know before we went out there, and this is why you want to control your domain, but to me, you didn't capture the size of that master bath.
She's gonna have been standing here.
I mean, to me, there's no picture that shows her standing at that, because if you look straight from if you're at the vanity and you turn around, the closet's where we're standing, right? But she does not, like, because it's, now, obviously, you couldn't take that photo, but people can't think that. Right, because when you're looking at the photo, she's standing in the closet, taking the photo. Right? But she didn't think of, like, unfortunately, this is our best feature, we don't have a fucking picture on the internet of it. So I have to write in that picture, look, what did we write in the caption of that photo or the other one?
This one was already in there.
I know, but you have to show 2 of them, where's the description?
There is no description.
No, we put a description
Maybe
in.
on this one.
Yeah, there you go, see that?
Largest master closet and under 1 million in this area.
Right, because it's weird, right? But the thing is can you edit that and put largest bathroom and put on the first one, put largest bathroom under $1 million, largest master bath under $1 million. If you didn't tell them in the photos, but this is a listing agent, if it's in MLS, you should be telling Adam that he needs to change this, and that's what I'm telling him right now. We're day 5 though, making the changes, because the changes can make an impact right now. Okay, but know that when we want to be a great agent, we want to start off with the best, because you did all these 1,000 people, what, Cody?
Didn't write off right.
Because they saw those functional obsolescence. Now they're not, like, the thing is hopefully they'll forget it, because they just kind of flung by it on the internet and they didn't realize it's the same house, right? But, okay, good. See, that says gas available in wall behind cooktop? See that? That's called you doing a good job as a listing agent. You need to write in those things if they can't see it. See over here, views of huge grass area on an oversized pie-shaped lot, right? Like from the then. Anyway.
This is the same angle.
It reminds me like the Netflix thing where they'll change the movie photo. I noticed that a couple years ago, but Netflix started doing that. It'd be the
They
same movie,
recover it.
but the cover just to make people look at it and think about watching it.
Yeah, right, like, we're no different than them. Great point, Jeff. Well done.
We're remove this 'cause it's the same.
No, I'm good with that. I need my photo count near 15. Right, pictures, more pictures of the grassy yard, because Phil wanted to say that you got this one, and I don't disagree with him. It's kind of odd looking, but it's just to show you that that fucking yard is huge. Now, the biggest
There's no.
okay, oh. So one last issue with the photos, thankfully, there wasn't a lot of them. But photo number 14. When we have, when the best feature is captured best by drone photos, we have to do drone photos. It's a cul-de-sac lot. Now, of course, yesterday I couldn't create drone photos because I didn't, but look at that picture, see? And then Phil and I wrote on there, bad photo to shot. The thing is, there was nothing in the pictures that showed how our best feature, cul-de-sac and pie-shaped lot, and we weren't marketing it. It's just a great example of how to get better, Adam. You're awesome.
Will it just be bad photo to show lot?
Pull it up, look at the photo. Go to MLS and pull the photo. Don't get out of that. Go to the main thing. Dude, we pulled it from Google. It looks distorted, but how could we market a house without showing its best feature? I think we're making that first. Move that to number 1. Because you don't show a front shot of the house. That's a front shot of the house. Okay, good. All right, sorry. And the house is ugly. That's another thing. But to me, pull it up. I know. All right, cool. Thank you. All right.
You want this one?
Because when you look at that,
The main photo too?
yeah. Let's make that photo got 1,000 likes. Like, let's move the photos around, right? Let's lead with something new. Have you ever seen stats on TikTok of how long people look at something? Jeff Dial, Cody, have you?
Yeah, it's quick. It's like you don't catch them in the first.
See, why do you know that now? Because you've paid attention to it. But you have to realize is that people look at things for less than 3 seconds. Why do we need 25 photos? I mean, they can only look at 3 photos. If we didn't capture the best thing in the beginning, we're missing it. Right? Because there was nothing on there that I was doing as listening to show that, like, go to the. What I meant, sorry, I didn't say it correctly, is when you go to your listings, meaning, let's pull that up first. Who doesn't want a house like that? Does that unequivocally tell you it's in a cul-de-sac and the lot is fucking huge? Like, Jeff Dial, would you take that? Like, who would you say that most people would take that lot unless they're empty nesters? If you're a family, did you hate that lot?
Yeah, people want larger lots, lots of space. They want to be on a cul-de-sac, so
They
it's
want to know that it's
quite-
walking distance to the school. So we added in walking distance to the school, but it's just, the thing is you have to know what people, this is why I always tell you, you have to know who your buyer is. It's in Shadow Mountain, it's walking distance. Are you telling me we can't sell this house? It's in fucking walking distance to it's got an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school all in one. You're telling me someone's not gonna buy this house? You could build on this lot, when you look at it, because now I've expanded the amount of people that are for my house, because if you have the amount of money, you can expand this house and add on 2 more bedrooms.
And anyone
like-
coming from California is going to see they can add on an auxiliary unit in
You
the
can
backyard.
fucking build a house in the backyard, and you can build a BO like Phil's guy has it. Like we have limited our audience because of our photos. You work hard, it's okay. What you get caught up in, Adam, is I gotta serve a lot of people. And it's hard because if you don't have a list of things to check your listing against every single time, meaning, number one, am I pointing out the best feature clearly in the photos in the first three? Like, it's just, the thing is it's not 2021 more anymore. It's hard to sell a house now, right? But we have to communicate to sellers more, and then what a great class today. I know it's hard, but the thing is we wanted to do a great job for the seller. So my bigger thing on price was, I was like, I don't love gapping down on price in 5 days before, like, the thing is at day 70, the gap is needed. Because it was created because you didn't get the price reduction from day 10 to day 70. But early on, usually small, like 3% is, you know, my gut was 720. Because I'm like, we only had 6 people through the house, right? 100 views, I'm missing the point. So what did I do next? What do you think, when I wanted to see where the houses were selling in my neighborhood, Jeff Dial, where did I go next?
Where they were selling, Monsoon, I would think, but
Yeah, no, all right, you're good. That's okay. No, we go to Flex and I go in here and I go quick search and I look at what people are looking for. So I know that my house is 2,200.
oh, the similar homes that people are looking at, like yours.
Yeah, 2,800, right? Now I'm going to that zip code, but because that zip code, if it's in the center of it, I can use it, but if it's on the edge, I gotta redraw my thing, but I'm gonna put in there 85028. You're gonna be surprised. This is what we have to do. Hopefully you're all taking notes, right? Is I gotta see what's going on around it. So you can see I'm right here. This is my listing. Okay, but I'm gonna take this little picture now and I'm gonna click on my listing and I'm gonna go, right, like what? And then I'm gonna take the zip code off. Okay, right? And then I'm gonna go to, instead of active and coming soon, I'm gonna look at under contract, because I know that under contracts is way down. What is under contract now? All right, let me do it this way first before you see that, right? Because I actually stuck to the zip code. I didn't even, right? Because if I was telling the seller, I wouldn't have shown those ones further out. I'm just looking at inside the circle in our zip code, because our zip code changes school district. Zip code changes school district, so that means it's a different buyer, meaning, because this is a Paradise Valley school district. But just things that you should know. But in here, I'm gonna look at the actives and coming soons. So how many houses are on the market? 15. What are they priced at? So I'm gonna go price ascending, active coming soon. 625 is the low, but you can see, holy fuck, 694, 720, 729, everything's priced higher. Okay, so where is it selling when I go to UCB? This is a great class. Thank you for coming, because this is the key to selling houses. There's 200 contract.
How long did they?
Jeff Dial, do you see that?
No, I
What
can't
price-
see
what-
anything on your screen.
Okay, you
But
can
you're
see it right
saying
here.
you're putting up all the coming soons.
Look,
and
okay, did it
pending.
catch up?
You can see the screen. Can you?
His internet might be slower.
I see a picture of Jeff, like his standard photo on that screen, I think.
Pull up the other, change it.
Yeah.
How is he not seeing it? I want them to see that picture. Did you see the active listings?
No, in the whole entire presentation here, you haven't been showing your screen down there. So
You can see it here, you can see it there. Let me pull it up.
We are showing that you can see it, Jeff. Is there a setting you have on your side that possibly, because
I'm
we
gonna look
have,
under view here, chat.
Click on the screen.
it's an MLS.
Adam Wagner's screen. What does Adam Wagner's screen show?
Oh, Adam Wagner screen, okay. Pin to the first screen. No, that shows you. Yeah, I can see Jeff waving back and forth, but I
Okay,
can't
Jeff,
see.
you just have to change your view.
Yeah.
You're
that's what I'm looking at.
viewing, no. That we're showing, you're not looking at. Where is it? Hold on. Sorry, Jeff, we'll fix it in a
Oh,
second.
here's speaker view. Hide self, I'm showing everything. Full screen.
Okay, so now there's that. Now, see, share screen, share. So for everybody, you should now see our screen. See how you see
Oh,
it?
yeah. No, wait, that's my,
Do you see
It
it?
looks like the MLS.
no, I'm looking around. Let me go looking under Zoom here, Zoom.
You can,
I know, but you have to tell him he's lost and.
I'm not sure how he's viewing it.
Oh, yep, I found it. Yep. It was in the
Oh.
background behind my front screen, so I found it.
Yeah, okay, but so that's the screen where we're showing everything. I'm sorry that you didn't get to see that, but all right, so I'm gonna re-show you. This is, because this is a key point and I want to make sure that everybody sees it. When you look at the actives, this is a great thing that you would drive over to their house. First you do it at home, then you drive over and show it to them. Is it control, not command? I'm pressing that and it's here. No. I'm an idiot. Okay, so you can see there's 15 listings that meet that criteria starting at 625, but quickly, of the 15, 12 of them are listed higher and all the way up to 1 million. But when we go to what's under contract so far this year, this is just showing you the active market currently. Because what it is people don't understand that people buy houses because they're cheaper. But Cody, does that achieve it for you when you look here and see?
Yeah.
See, I mean, the higher ones aren't. And now if you had a higher one, you'd have to go look at that house and you would go to that house. And of course, that house is going to be no functional obsolescence. You'd have to explain that one off, but wow, okay. So then what I want to go to is I want to look. So those
So
are both, hold on, those are both.
Is you're thinking in these high interest rate times, people are looking more for the value.
Jeff,
right now.
always, not interest rate,
Always, okay.
always. They're always do you think that anyone that says, I want a bad price for a house? No, I want to overpay for a house. No, it's just some people care less about price than other people, but everybody cares about price always 100% of the time. And because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you, because one just closed and I wanted that comp. So you have to also include
For the ones that were lower priced though, the one thing it seems like I would say 80% of buyers seem like they want is they want ones they don't have to do any work on a lot of times.
I know, but our house doesn't need any work.
Agreed, that's true.
I mean, and it's not selling, and it's got a great lot, and I'm at cul-de-sac and I'm walking, and at the end of the day, it's price for sure for me. In my mind, it's 100. It's either that or I have to redo the floors. I gotta take out the functional. I gotta take those walls down. I gotta put stainless steel appliances. But
It's the price,
unfortunately,
yeah.
it's gonna take 4 months, and by the time that fucking happens, I'm gonna be on the market in May, and now the price is gonna be at 720, and now I'm gonna be fighting to get 700, and I just wasted. That's why I had enough improvements, because you can see that master bath, you can see that second bath. I mean, the house isn't it's moving ready at some level. Okay. Closed. MLS is so slow. There you go. See that, Jeff?
Yep.
See that, Cody? See that, everybody else? 548 and 670.
That was the original list price.
Look at it. Right. 2,600 square feet. Okay, so but this is more important because this is really, really important. Because when I see this, I'm like, okay, we're 25-ish and change, and they're 26, okay? No pool. Fuck. That was my buyer.
We were using that big one.
Okay, but hold on. What is the major feature that's on our functional obsolescent list that you have to point out to the seller? Cody, Jeff, do you see it?
That we have to point out?
This is why you have to know, this is why, yes, facts. Right, so what I'm gonna look at is, does it have a pool? No, same layout. So now I wanna look at layout. This is called self-education on the marketplace, because this is obviously, and I look and I'm like,
It's ugly brown.
as you said, Jeff, everybody wants what, Jeff?
They
Well,
don't
they're
have to
ready.
come in and do any work.
Not if
And they
they
gotta
get
paint
their
this one for
fucking
sure.
steel. What people don't understand, I'm gonna take the point to point this out, but if people have to flip the house, they want it for steel, 548. They think they're getting a deal. But more importantly, what does this have that makes it not comparable to my house? Nope. Vaulted ceilings. Vaulted ceilings houses sell for more than 8-foot ceilings houses. And we haven't talked about it, but the fifth functional obsolescence is I have 8-foot ceilings. All the houses in that neighborhood, lots of them have 8-foot ceilings, only a couple of them have vaulted, so it's not really a big functional obsolescence, but it's always functional obsolescence because houses feel bigger if they have higher roofs. That's just what it is, okay? But so now I'm like, okay, I can live with 548 because we put $75,000 in my house to get it where it's at. Now you can understand, like, construction costs are expensive, maybe 80,000, 90,000 to get where I am. I'm like, good fucking enough, right? Like we put enough in it because you're not going to get in sellers to put that much money into it. Then I'm looking at this one. Now I'll look at the details. So I'm looking and I'm going, it's got a pool for 670. You know, so what do I think, Jeff? What is my initial reaction? Fuck. Right?
Yep.
Because I don't even have a pool that got 670. Okay, so what else? Now I'm just comparing myself to it, 2,200 square feet, 670. Okay, I'm re-excited because I'm like 30 grand for that pool, maybe 40 grand, maybe 50 grand for that pool. But that house is a 4.2, 2-car garage, but sweet. It's on a fucking tiny lot. Okay, so I'm not, and I can see power lines. They didn't realize they're giving away the fucking power lines there, but they fucking dummies. Sorry. See, I
It has
would
RV
talk to
gate
you
too
about
on
that.
one side, it looks like.
What, buddy?
RV gate on one side too.
So do I, but we don't show our RV gate.
Okay.
We should, yeah, okay. So we always want to show RV gates. Do you know? It's a gate. I would call it an RV gate because it's access. I mean, there's
It's a back end.
but you know how easy it is to fucking.
There's a huge roof.
If you just show them, but the key is you have to show them that there's a flat spot in the side yard, meaning that we'll go back to that listing, but from the aerial view, you can see. So I achieved it with that. We're good. Don't worry.
That's one question I have. We can go back to, well, why'd you guys remove the
Okay.
backyard photo?
Okay.
It was huge.
Because it looked bad. The thing is we never put photos out that make us look bad as much as we can. Okay. But
This room's so huge, it
But
looks
no,
empty.
you're looking at this house for 670, and I'm going, we're comparable. Actually, I think we're better now, right? Okay, cool. All right, but 670 with a pool and a smaller lot, like this buyer would have bought my house if I could get him over the pool. You with me? But now I'm like, okay, all right, that kind of showed me, because that's not even great. You with me? And then you're going to look at the pending, but look at those prices. We have 670. Everything that's selling is what? Under 700. To get over 700, you need to be special. I don't have a pool. I have a sucky lot. I have a cul-de-sac, and that's what I'm counting on is that cul-de-sac that's in walking distance going to sell its house. But that's why I'm like, because this is the reason why I didn't go lower. None of those houses proved to me that they were better than mine and got a lower price. Because when I'm looking at the lot's smaller or it needs a gut, like there's like when I look at this house here that's under contract at 695, same thing. Okay, so that's a 4.3. Damn it. See how that bath comes up? The problem is people think that a 3-bath equals a 2-bath. And it doesn't. It's a 2, 3, 2.5, 2. This is the number one thing people search for in a house is how many baths. And yet we don't understand the impact of it. That's why it's such an important, like functional obsolescence, because of it reduces the demand. Because they search themselves, but fortunately, people are finding it anyway, Cody, why? Because I got 1,000 views, like I still, like the thing is I just didn't have a presentation that enticed them to come see it. And now I'm hoping that I achieve that, because what happens is when people get inside the house, hopefully within the next week, now we get 7 or 10 people to come to the open house, 15 people to the open house. We're trying to draw these 40 people, because technically only 6 of them possibly came. That's me not doing a great job. I know that because that's fact, right? Like I wanted all 40 people to come. Because there's people that aren't going to favor it, that are still liking it, that I mean, it's really probably 60 or 70 potential people for buyers for this house, but okay, I'm exhausted. I'm sorry. Hopefully that was helpful.
When you see something like this, though, a 4-bed, 3-bath does have a pool, are you sitting there thinking like, we're probably gonna have to be under 7 to sell it?
Well, first of all, I look at the map, cul-de-sac lot, right?
A smaller lot.
I'm here, he's there, but that lot's 10,000 in the cul-de-sac and mine's 16,000.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Okay,
But they have a pool.
2 car, they have a pool, but it's smaller. So that shows me the values there, as long as I prove it, because if they're paying $695, let's look at this house, very similar pool. See that step up?
Yeah.
That he gave away, still sold it, but they got like that floor is a little better than ours, but the thing is that that's an open floor plan. In my world, that's an open floor plan. If I had, like, I probably should have cut a hole in my wall at some level. Maybe that's what mistake on my part. But that's the older wood, right? Like, that's not
It's much more of a redwood, which isn't as popular now.
yeah, right? And now you got maple cabinets from the fucking late 90s in there, like that, but it's gas. See that gas cooktop? Because that was our biggest debate. Should we put the gas cooktop on? Because that's why we added gas available behind the range, and we may need to change that cooktop out the gas. We should have. I wasn't paying attention. My bad. I suck more than Adam.
You
So
have to check.
you're way better. I know, but people want to be able to look at the photo and see it. It's very clear, like, and it had stainless steel appliances. So they see how stainless steel carries more than the black. Just visually, there's no carpet in this house. I showed carpet. It's dated, in my opinion. So now it's at $695 because it has a pool. That's why I was like, $740 is probably pretty close.
If we got that.
Because houses without pools sell slower. Houses without pools sell slower. Houses without pools sell slower. So it could be, because I've tested this over time. And it's just that they would prefer a pool. We can win those people, right? So, all right, happy Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you. So the next one's 2 weeks from now?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
See you then. Later, man.